Hello, mindful friends. Today we're going to be coming back to a topic which is listening to the body, mind, and spirit, and understanding how the most important part of listening is having the intention to honor what we hear, and how it takes a lot of stillness, awareness, um, reconnecting in order to listen. But then it also requires a lot of intention and dedication to honor what it is that we're finding within our whole being. And I am bringing this topic up this week because I myself have been struggling with this, and I caught myself like making a bargain with my body. And I was giving a healing session to a client on listening to the body and honoring the body. And as I was there, I was explaining how I'd been listening to the fact that I need a little bit more space and to slow down, and that I'd been noticing that, and yet almost making a deal with the body that just a little bit longer, we just have to get through this one event, and then I'll listen, and then I'll slow down, and then I'll honor you and give you a little bit more self-care. And that was definitely a wake-up moment for me of when we get into that pattern of kind of, we can hear the needs, because most of the time we know what it is that we're needing. Sometimes when we're connected and we can kind of hear that in the body, we can know what it is that we need, and yet we push it off and we say, well, wait until the days get shorter and I can do this, or wait until this one event is over, or wait until this vacation. And we get in that habit, and we can continually push back honoring the needs of the body, mind, and spirit. And it can, happen and perpetuate itself until we're always in that kind of state of putting off the self-care and putting off honoring what it is that we're really needing. And what happens in those moments is that the need, or the body or the mind, it has to get louder and louder in its asking. So we're putting it off, we're not honoring it, and that's when things happen. When maybe we get injured, maybe we start feeling chronic fatigue, we're noticing that to push ourselves and to keep going, we're needing to consume things that aren't very healthy. So maybe we're having like 6 cups of coffee a day, or we're starting to consume energy drinks. So whenever you notice that you're having to compensate for well-being, for self-care with other things, so even, you could notice that of if you're compromising sleep and you're having to compensate with extra energizing drinks or substances, or you're really needing to rest but you just can't, and so you compensate in other ways. As you're noticing that happen, it's a fast slide down, because now the ways that you're compensating are also diminishing well-being. So they're kind of compounding the effect of not honoring what you really need. And you're covering up the need, and you're kind of pushing the need aside and allowing it to be put on hold by using other unhealthy habits to be able to continue. And that's when now you're decreasing well-being in the things that you're consuming and what you're doing, and in the fact that now your body is still trying to tell you you need this self-care, you need this change of pace, or like mind maybe it needs more connection or needs more of that kind of spiritual space to be in, the listening, the prayer, the whatever it is, and it's not receiving it from you, so it gets louder in its asking. And the kind of decrease of internal energy stores is growing exponentially. So you're getting more and more drained. And this is when injury happens, when we get sick and we have a hard time recovering, when we start performing not as well, things start falling off the wayside. We can't show up for work as well, for the people that we love as well, for ourselves as well. Our little line that we're walking gets very thin and it becomes very easy to tip us. So little events seem really big. Little triggers seem like this big explosive reason to get upset, or that it, our overwhelm is easy to reach in these states. And so as we're, and it's like the snowball effect. And the more that you're in it and the more that you're seeing things kind of fall apart and you're starting to lack, the more you want to keep pushing. So the more you want to keep doing. And the more that we're involved in and we're trying to keep together, the harder it gets to take that break, take that space, nurture ourselves. So it is a hard cycle to get out of once we're in it. But we can. And it does take a little moment of stillness, of reconnecting, and then definitely that intention to listen. And even though when we're in that snowball, it may seem nearly impossible to notice ways that we can slow down, notice things that we could cut out, or notice really nurturing things that we could add in. It can seem hard to see them, but we just have to carry that intention and keep placing our focus on one little step towards removing, letting go of something, creating space, making one little choice at a time. And as we start engaging with that, and the body and the mind and spirit start feeling like we're listening, you can start feeling them releasing tension and pressure. And it's like a trust, it's a relationship of trust. If they trust that you're going to listen and you're going to honor their needs, they're not quite as loud or as pushy. And when that starts happening and we feel a release of pressure, it becomes easier and easier to start creating more of that space where we can honor our needs and listen. And so this week, I just invite you to listen and notice if there's things you've been hearing and putting off, or making a bargain of just one more week or one more thing, or let me just finish this one project and then I'll do it. Notice if you're doing that, and then make small little choices, just one at a time, just maybe even a 30-second break at a time to start honoring what the body, mind, and spirit need. Just one little choice at a time. And bring that intention back. Rest your being on that intention to really listen to what your needs are and being able to honor them, even in little ways. And see if we can slowly start coming out of the snowball effect of just the do, the go, the push, the, put it to the side for now, and see if we can come out of that back into the honoring, the listening, and the nourishing. I hope you have a fabulous week coming back to your listening and honoring your needs. And if you enjoy these little talks and would like to join in on some coaching or classes or yoga, please visit our website at newleafpetfit.com. I hope to see you all very soon.